The Mack NO heavy artillery tractor, created in the early 1940s, stands as one of the most iconic American military trucks of the Second World War. Designed to haul the heaviest field guns of the United States Army, this massive 6x6 machine embodied power, resilience, and engineering precision. It was not simply a transport vehicle. It was a purpose-built giant whose entire existence was centered on moving and supporting artillery that ordinary trucks could not handle. The project began in 1940, at a time when the U.S. Army needed a new heavy prime mover for its growing arsenal of large-caliber weapons. Existing trucks lacked the necessary pulling force and durability to move modern howitzers and coastal guns over rough terrain. Mack trucks, already famous for building strong commercial lorries, responded with the NO series, a design that immediately attracted military interest. Between 1940 and 1945, several thousand units were manufactured, serving in multiple theaters of war. The Mack NO was not a lightweight machine. Its curb weight reached almost 14 metric tons, around 31,000 pounds, making it one of the heaviest wheeled vehicles in the American inventory. Its length exceeded 7 meters, about 23 feet. Its width measured 2.5 meters, around 8 feet, and its height approached 3 meters, close to 9.5 feet. These proportions gave the truck an imposing stance, almost intimidating when compared with conventional cargo vehicles of the era. Power came from a robust 6-cylinder gasoline engine, the Mack EY, with a displacement of approximately 11 liters. It generated about 175 horsepower at 2,100 revolutions per minute. While that figure may not sound extraordinary by modern standards, in the early 1940s, it was more than enough to move colossal artillery pieces weighing many tons. The engine was mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox with a 2-speed transfer case, enabling both road driving and extreme off-road performance. Full-time 6-wheel drive ensured that torque reached every axle. Running gear was built for traction and durability. The Mack NO used a 6x6 layout with heavy live axles and multi-leaf springs. Wheels were mounted on large 24-inch discs, built strong enough to carry the weight of the truck and its heavy artillery loads. Brakes were mechanical drums sized for the chassis, and some configurations carried additional winches and handling gear to position ordnance and recover bogged equipment. Road pace was modest by modern standards, around 50 kilometers per hour, about 31 miles per hour on good surfaces. But the truck excelled at plodding through mud, sand, and snow where lighter machines would struggle. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Mack NO was its role as a prime mover for legendary weapons. It was most often seen hauling the 155mm long Tom gun, the 8-inch howitzer, and even coastal defense pieces that weighed over 13 metric tons, close to 29,000 pounds. The truck was fitted with a powerful winch rated at over 20 metric tons of pulling force, more than 44,000 pounds, allowing crews to recover artillery from ditches or to assist other vehicles stuck in the field. Its rear deck also carried ammunition, spare parts, and crew equipment, making it both a tractor and a supply hauler. Despite its size, the Mack NO was surprisingly versatile. It could operate in desert conditions of North Africa, muddy roads of Europe, and even the jungles of the Pacific. Soldiers admired it for its toughness and reliability. Breakdowns were rare, and the machine earned a reputation as a dependable workhorse that never abandoned its load. Some units remained in service even after the war, proving their worth in training roles and secondary duties during the early Cold War years. A detail worth noting is the appearance of the cab and body. Unlike many American trucks of the period, the Mack NO featured a distinctive rounded hood and wide fenders that gave it a recognizable silhouette. The cab could accommodate a crew of several men, often with room for additional artillery personnel. Many were fitted with canvas tops for weather protection, while others operated with open cabs in warm climates. The utilitarian design, while simple, emphasized functionality over comfort. In the broader history of military vehicles, the Mack NO symbolizes a turning point. It demonstrated how specialized heavy trucks were as important to warfare as tanks and aircraft. Without reliable prime movers, artillery would have been immobile, unable to influence battles. By ensuring that the heaviest guns could be brought into position quickly, the Mack NO amplified the striking power of Allied armies and contributed directly to battlefield success. Today, surviving examples of the Mack NO are extremely rare. A few are preserved in military museums and private collections, where enthusiasts marvel at their sheer presence and mechanical robustness. Restoring one is a monumental challenge, given the size of its components and the scarcity of original parts. But for historians and collectors, the Mack NO remains a prized symbol of American wartime industry. So when we think of the giants of the Second World War, let us not forget this mighty truck. The Mack NO may not have carried soldiers into battle like half-tracks or tanks, but it ensured that the heaviest artillery could move wherever commanders needed it. And that contribution was priceless. If you enjoy learning about unique and powerful historical vehicles, do not forget to subscribe. There are many more stories of forgotten machines waiting to be told.